Hi everybody, this is Joe Isaiah and I'm back today with another video. This is the first time that I'm going to use my webcam as I share with you my predictions and analysis for the upcoming Stockholm Major. That is such an exciting major. It's the first international LAN for Dota that we are having in a while with live audiences. And there will be 14 powerful teams, 14 powerhouses in this major. The major is happening from today all the way to 22nd May, and I'm going to share with you my predictions for this 14 team from the bottom to the top, how I rank them from the 14th to the 1st, and I'm going to share with you 6 different factors on how I decide how the teams perform. I believe that these factors that I have are informative and helpful in deciding where these teams will place. So they include match performances of the team in their own regional DPCs, match performances of the team inside international LANs, international competitions at TI. It also includes the players' individual skills and performances. Next, I also look at the team's performance as a whole. The fifth one would be about whether this team is a team that does well in the current meta, in the previous meta, whether they are a meta team. Last of all, I would also look at whether there's any X factor of the team, anything else that the team has that may give them an edge or even help them to win the whole major. So with these factors in mind, I will go through the list, and I'm fairly certain that this list will be quite accurate to the actual results of the tournament. The top ones will be somewhere in the top, the bottom one will be somewhere in the bottom. Let me know what you think about this list after I've gone through them. So without further ado, let's get started. In the 14th place, what I have there is the team called Mind Games. Mind Games is a team that you may not have even seen before, and that's because Mind Games is a team that is it came from Division 2. It is in the Eastern Europe, and they barely qualified into the Stockholm Major, being the third team to qualify from Eastern Europe. And if you look at this picture here, many of Mind Games' victories are due to a disqualification against outsider. One is here, one is here. And so Mind Games did not have to play that many games in order to get qualified. They were even stormed by Team Spirit in a 50-minute game. None of their players are that notable to most of us. With such, I don't think that they have proven much of themselves to be a good team to take the major. This would probably be their first time competing against many other good teams, and I don't think that they will do well. Next up, on 13th place, I've put Beastcoast there. I know that those of you who are fans of Beastcoast may hate me, and you may think that they will actually perform quite well because they are the second in South America. However, South America has historically not performed well internationally. One thing that Beastcoast has going for them is that they are quite strong, they are unpredictable. They can suddenly crush a game against a top team, winning the game in 20 minutes. But on the other hand, they may suddenly throw their whole team and dive the enemy tower, and their whole team just dies. They haven't had that great of a record yet, so that's why I put them on 13th place. Similarly, I placed Tundra Awaken for 12th place. Although they are the first in South America with a 7-0 streak, they also have heroes that they are using that are currently in meta, but they have not shown to perform well internationally either. If they are to do well, this is the time for them to show us that South America is among the top in the Dota world. Coming into 11, I put TSM in 11th place. TSM is a very solid team where each of the players, from Dubu to Moonmender to Saberlight, they all are very skilled. They are even performing well in pubs and are the top players in pubs. That being said, during this major, they will have a stand-in. Saberlight has COVID and is not able to attend the major. He might be able to attend the later half, but it's not confirmed. As a result, Queen from Quincy Crew will stand in to play the mid lane, and Bra, who is TSM mid laner, will play the off lane. with such a change, I'm not confident that they can perform as well as with their original roster. As such, I don't think that they will be able to be among the top half in the teams at the Stockholm Major because they are not going to perform at their full capacity. Coming in at number 10, I have T1. So for T1, they have been doing relatively well in 2021, ranking even third place in one of the majors then. However, they had a change. They removed 23 Savage and have a new carry player called Gabi. Although Gabi is a good carry player, they are arguably weaker. I say that because during their DPC, they barely secured a 4th place, needing to play a tiebreaker. They struggled against the top teams during the DPC such as BOOM and Fnatic. And so, if they want to show us that they have what it takes to win, they have to prove us wrong. Well, to some extent they did prove haters wrong in 2021 by having good placements internationally. But we'll have to see if they can do well in this major. Next up is BetBoom, another team that you might not be familiar with because they were in Division 2 in EEU, but they became the first team to qualify. Sorry about this, guys. BetBoom. They became the first team to qualify in Eastern Europe. They even beat Team Spirit, which was quite a big surprise. They do have some notable players like Soneko and Datsak, and so this team is formidable. They also have a pretty versatile hero pool, and they look like they are able to continue to perform well even with the 7.31C changes. As this team is yet tested and are a newer team to enter the Division 1 scene, I've only placed them in Tier B. It's interesting to see how BetBoom will perform in this major because we haven't seen much of them yet. Now, coming in number 8, I have Fnatic. Fnatic was the first in DPC in Southeast Asia, but this is an arguable result. They were first in Southeast Asia after fighting tiebreakers with BOOM and winning the tiebreakers. And BOOM arguably was the one who should have been first place if they need not forfeit the match that they had against Nigma Galaxy C. BOOM had to forfeit that match due to an internet connection problem. Otherwise, BOOM would have likely won that series and there wouldn't be a tiebreaker with Fnatic. So, Fnatic may not really be the strongest in Southeast Asia, but the results are the results. BOOM, one other thing about Fnatic's performance in the DPC is that even though they won most series, they didn't absolutely crush anybody. Even against weaker teams like Execution and Obinion, they had to go 2-1 against them, and there were no 20-minute games that they just absolutely crushed anybody. As such, Fnatic does not show themselves to be a huge dominating team, and they still have more to prove. Historically, in the international, in the TI, in the past years, Fnatic has also always been the middle of the pack. We need to see if that changes this time round. Otherwise, I'm placing them at number 8, which is also the middle of the pack. Alright, let's go to our top 7. I have EG there. Many of you will be like, what the fuck? Why the hell is EG not higher? Why isn't it in tier A? Isn't EG like the team that has always been popular, the team that is well known, there's RTZ in it, he has a second place curse? Well, I mean, yes, those things are true. But even though Evil Geniuses still look strong, I feel that they are weaker compared to their roster when they had Ice and Fly in 2021. Currently, they have Jarrett's in Pause 5 and Nightfall in Pause 3. While the two of them are great players and even amazing players. From what I can see in the history of their performance, their hero pools in Pause 3 and Pause 5 are still limited. Also, especially in Season 1, the whole Evil Genius team did not seem to be on the same page. Somebody would choose to be farming, yet another person would choose to push or to devote, and they would die here and there. Although in Season 2 right now, they are performing better, I think that they still have team synergy issues that are not fully perfected yet. That said, all the players are amazing, and the only thing that is an issue is that they have room to grow, and they may have flexibility issues. What if people ban Puck, they ban Storm, they ban Ember? Then what will Abed play? Well, we'll see. We'll see whether EG can overcome the issues that they currently have, and if they can, then they may indeed be among the top team, even top 3. Alright, let's go to the top 6. I have Gaimin Gladiator place 6. Gaimin Gladiator is not a team to be underestimated. They have a 12k support salary. They have amazing strats like tri-lane or lane swapping shenanigans, early rotation to the mid lane. They have many great strats and great plays, and they have great players that are flexible as well. However, some of their players are new to international LAN. That said, the players are adaptable and they are motivated. They have a great coach, Immortal Faith, who give them a great mind behind the draft and behind what to do in game. As such, I believe that they are in A tier, but I don't see that they are going to win the major. I could be wrong, and I'm excited to see how Gaimin Gladiators will perform. In 5th place, I have OG. Some of you are going to disagree with me right now, and I think many of you may feel that OG should be placed lower. Why? Because OG is a fairly new team. They have new players in the competitive scene. Some of them are new to playing in an international LAN. Even more than that, their captain Misha and their coach are not able to attend the major due to visa issues. Because of that, Seb, who is an offlaner, is going to join them to be their post 5 in this tournament. Note here will be their coach. When they have this new roster shuffle just for the tournament, yes, these things can then be argued to say that OG will not be able to perform well in this major. But my argument for why they could still be in the top 5 is this. Even though this team has new players, their players are amazing. They have had rapid growth from Season 1 to Season 2, and the players have rapid potential and high skill. And OG has shown to have great teamwork and coordination and are a very disciplined team even though their roster is new. OG plays first in the EU DPC, and that says something. Also, OG has this flavor, whether new or old, that they don't crumble easily, they don't give up, they continually try hard as a team and continue to stay positive. As such, it's not easy to kick OG down and prevent them from getting a win out of matches. So with Seb being the position 5, that is still a problem. He's definitely not going to be the best post 5, he may even be somewhat mediocre. But I think that Seb can help them to play as a team and help them to stay motivated. So that's it. I think that OG is a tier A team due to their immense skill, their flexibility where Yuragi can play any carry, any hero and make it work, and their potential. This is one team to look out for to see how they will perform. Coming in 4th, I have Team Spirit. Team Spirit, you may say, why aren't they in number 1? Well, they are a tier winner. All their players from post 1 to post 5 are solid, and they have collapsed. Gigachat, Magnus must win. Well, it's not so easy. Some of their players do not have that flexible hero pool. For example, Toronto, Tokyo. You may like certain heroes like Ember and Storm more, and other teams can choose to purposely ban these heroes. Also, some of their favorite heroes are no longer as meta due to nerfs, and some of their heroes will be banned. Collapsed heroes are also nerfed quite a lot, such as the Magnus, such as the Sand King. So these disadvantages, together with them screaming less due to the Russian-Ukraine war, may affect them from being able to perform as well as they did during TI. That being said, all their players are amazing and they have great teamwork and they have proven themselves. So they do have what it takes to perhaps win the whole thing. I just don't think that this time they will be the ones. So Spirit in the 4th place. Coming in 3rd place, I have Team Tundra. Tundra has their newest addition, Saksa, in the position 4 role. And Saksa is ranked number 1 as a support player in Europe. They have a crazy mid laner 9 who other people has called him the best mid laner. He has crazy strategies. They also have a crazy off laner 33 who comes up with interesting item builds who's crazy good at macroing. And they are a solid team as a whole with solid strategy that can be very oppressive, taking games within 20 minutes. They also have a big brain coach, AUI 2000, who some people commend him for being extremely analytical and nice to listen to for analyzing the Dota game. Some of their heroes that they do abuse have been nerfed in 7.31C, the latest patch. And also for some of their players, this is their first major. So because some of their favorite heroes are nerfed and because some of them are new to an international lane, I put them barely short of the S tier. You could argue whether they are S tier or A tier, but yes, they are one of the top teams. So Tundra is 3rd place for me. Now moving on to the 2nd place, I have Team Liquid. If any patch is theirs, 7.31C is Team Liquid's patch. We think of heroes like Visage, Lone Druid, Enigma, Dragon Knight, Weaver, Crystal Maiden, Winter Wyvern. These are all heroes that Team Liquid likes to play, such as the Lone Druid on Matumbaman, Enigma on Zai, Winter Wyvern on Insania. So, in Liquid will have some of their most favorite heroes all available to them in this tournament. All 5 of their players are also very experienced and are familiar with playing at international lanes. Although sometimes they have dubious performances in LAN, sometimes they are among the top in the lanes and sometimes they are at the bottom, I still think that theoretically they should be the kings of 7.31C, and they are perhaps the most ready team out of all the teams at playing in an international lane. As such, Team Liquid will do well at this lane. Coming in number 1, my team may not be a surprise as many of you would agree, it is BOOM. If any team can turn any situation around and constantly takes wins in team fights, if any team stresses other team out with how well and aggressive they play, it's BOOM. Although 7.31C may affect some of their heroes, it doesn't affect them by much. BOOM has a very flexible hero pool. They still have tools like Dragon Knight and Brew and Mirana. They are a team that is continuously improving. They only came into the limelight at the start of 2022 and they have already taken top place in the DPC and win tournaments like the Dubai Gamers Galaxy. Yopach is arguably one of the best or even the best mid laner, given how almost any hero he plays, he dominates the lane and dominates the game. Jackie is a carry player that even if he may not have the largest hero pool, he can farm and fight incredibly well and even hit 1k GPM. FPZ has standout performances on heroes like Brewmaster, where he can tornado and use up the opponent over 100 times in the game. Kims is an amazing phosphor who is always landing arrows as Mirana, and even though Scam as their boss fight tends to die a lot, he usually manages to make a lot of space. As such, BOOM is without a doubt a top dog, and it's just a question of whether the other teams like Liquid, Spirit, OG or Tundra will beat them to get off their reigning throne and their top performances in 2022. think that this will be an exciting land, and it will be definitely even more exciting if China is here. That being said, these 14 teams are all very exciting to look out for, and for me, I'm most excited to look at how Team Liquid, Gaimin Gladiators, OG, and BetBoom will perform. Let me know what you think about this tier list that I've created. Do you agree with my predictions? Do you have any other information, and do you have any other favorite teams? Let me know in the comments. I hope you find this helpful, even for your fantasy roster predictions, and we'll come back again to review and see whether these predictions are correct. Thank you for watching, and help me like, subscribe, and let's check out the major tonight.